You know, one of the things I really enjoy doing is working with the rising generation in the family business. You know, when I say rising generations, I mean the children of the owners of the business who are getting ready to take a leadership role in the family business. You know, I've had the opportunity to do this several times, and when the children are competent and willing to do what's necessary to be responsible business owners, it's one of the things I enjoy most about the work I do. And today's video is about what it takes for the rising generation to become positive leaders in the family business. Now, I'm going to start with some things I've seen where the rising generation shouldn't be anywhere close to the business, and then we'll move to what makes a great next generation business owner. So, when the rising generation shouldn't be involved, here are some things I want you to think about. You know, the child has not paid their dues. And when I say not paid their dues, what I mean is they've not really earned the right to have the job that they have in the business. And the parents are put in a position of responsibility that they really shouldn't have. Number two is when the child is given too much responsibility too soon. This is like the first cousin of not paying the dues, but they've paid some dues and the child is doing good in the job that they're in, but they're being moved up too fast before they've been trained and have the seasoning to take the next step. Number three is when the child feels entitled to be a leader. And this is a big problem, especially in third generation, second generation businesses. Often children join a family business because it's the path of least resistance. And sometimes those children, when they join the family business, feel like they're entitled to be a leader, whether they've earned it or not. A really bad thing for you to do. And then the fourth is when the child is not excited about the business, but sees it as a piggy bank and a way for them to get the best paycheck they can possibly get. Again, a really bad reason for a child to join the business, and almost a guarantee when they get into a position of real leadership or take over the business is just not going to do very well because the child is not really into making the business great. So those are the four things I think that you have to be really careful about that you don't let your children do if they want to join the business. But here's the things that I really like about making a next generation leader who's really great. Number one is the child wants to learn. Now, if your next generation is a learner and wants to learn about how to become a great business owner, really good thing to do. What you need to do is help them find places to learn. Number two is when the child is humble. Now, a lot of times children joining the family business have a chip on their shoulder, and there's some reasons that they have that. We're not going to get into that today, but you want your child to be humble, to say please, thank you, and be appreciative of the people who are in your business today who have built the business to where it is. Number three is when the child understands others see them as being privileged. Now, this is something that almost always happens. No matter how good your child is, no matter how humble your child is, the other people in the business will often see them as being privileged and being given special treatment over what they get. Whether it's true or not, it tends to be the way things are there. But the child has to understand that others see them as having a leg up on them. And the truth is, they do. Fourth thing is when the child loves the business. If your child loves your business and loves what your business does, you're going to have somebody who's going to be enthusiastic, wants to learn, and is willing to listen because they love the business. They want to make it better. They're going to have their ideas. Their ideas will be different than yours, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's different. The fifth thing is, and when the child is willing to listen to advice from other leaders in the company. Big deal. Now, a lot of times I like to see the rising generation be managed by somebody else in the business besides the family. This is a really important thing. You know, the truth is, as you are growing up, you have family dynamics going, and then you're going to have business dynamics going. All I want is business dynamics going, and the best way I know to do that is to have your child to be managed by somebody who's a leader in your business, and the leader doesn't have the same last name as you. That's a really important thing. And then the final thing, which is kind of something that I did, and my father forced me into when I first joined him in business, was when the child gets involved in trade associations. Now, often you're going to find leaders in trade associations in the industry. And when someone who's 22, 23, 24, 25 years old joins that trade association, it's pretty easy for them to get a mentor who is a wise old beard in the business, really understands how the industry works, and can give them hints about the business that's different than what your business is. So that's my list of some of the things that make a successful next generation in the family business. What are some of the things you think are important? Why don't you scroll down and let me know in the comments below. And hey, this is Josh Patrick. You're at The Sustainable Business. I hope to see you back here really soon. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you download our free ebook on 7 family business secrets? You'll be glad to know. I bet you're going to find it really interesting and even useful. So thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope to see you back here really soon.